Mhm. Dang. He was snitching. Say he better keep snitching. Don't get a lighter sentence. Accessory. Yeah. Say it again. Say it again. Come on. Dang. Hey, hmm? What? Say, I'll get on the phone. Please, no. being so loud. Good. Got his hands in his pants, man. Oh.
Proves nothing. What's worth noting is that his body
No
only
sound.
changed the instant the detective
So
stopped
tired.
being friendly. Every obvious piece of evidence is on the table, and Boom has not given them one word that helps. But the thing that finally breaks this case open is not coming from any of the 4 men in custody. It is still months away. Comes from someone the detectives have not even spoken to yet. Next, officers will bring up his siblings and give DeMarcus every chance of remorse.
So, brother, this is the last chance for you to come up for air. And I'm going to give it to you only out of respect for your family. Because I don't believe that should have happened to your sister. I lost 6 months of fucking life. Almost got a divorce over the shit that happened to your fucking sister because I stayed here day and night to make sure that the perpetrator got what he deserved. Now, you want to keep fucking blowing smoke in my ass?
So you wasn't Bedford?
No, I wasn't Bedford.
Right. You wasn't.
You're lying, motherfucker.
You wasn't Paul Bradley's Buick?
No, I wasn't in Buick.
You wasn't on Savannah when they set the car on fire?
No, I was never on Savannah. I need no that's located there.
Come on, bro. Don't do that to yourself.
From St. Clair, I don't know nothing about no Savannah.
Bro,
You
don't do
wasn't driving the
this.
car. You was riding. I was driving.
Don't do that to yourself. There's fucking video cameras all over the place, so you guys
He the last one standing, so he don't even realize all the evidence we got. You don't realize we got the video of you guys in the car, right?
And
No.
y'all got a video of recording.
Okay.
Okay.
I wanna know if y'all had all that shit. Why that boy just, that nigga around beat that preliminary hearing?
With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked. Unlock Discounty here and here with one purchase.
Who told you that? Ryan never beat a prelim. Ryan requested a prelim. Ryan was directly indicted. Get the facts, man, right?
Man, he went downtown, he beat that.
The reason officers laugh is that DeMarcus thought that Ron had beaten his preliminary hearing, and the case was dead. In reality, Ron had only requested a preliminary hearing, but prosecutors skipped it and took the case straight to a grand jury for aggravated murder. DeMarcus's whole strategy in the interrogation room was based on this one false fact. The interrogation ends on a moment that almost never makes it onto camera, the point where the detectives drop the act entirely.
No, I ain't not opening my mouth. What am I opening my mouth for? Even if I did something, just say if I did something. I sit here and tell somebody, what the fuck I'm gonna get? You get the same charges as the next man. Same thing, they killed my brother, he got 18 to life, another he got 22. What the fuck is the 4-year difference? I ain't do shit and I ain't did shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Period, point blank, I ain't did that shit.
So you don't think that 4 years means anything?
Hell no, when you got an L behind it, after 4 years don't mean shit.
That's a fucked up way of thinking, dude.
Man, ain't no that way.
About death versus life.
Oh, death. What the fuck?
Death row.
But at the end of the day, what the fuck am I living for? I lost everything anyways. I don't care about none of that.
What officers don't know yet is that the most important piece of this case hadn't surfaced yet, as the man who allegedly ordered the killings was still walking free. In the following months, investigators would build a strong case against the 4 suspects and indict them on aggravated murder. However, in May 2019, the spent shell casings recovered from the Buick would match a shooting that happened in East Cleveland on February 19, 2019, which is 4 months after Paul and Paris's deaths. This means that the murder weapon was still on the street, and whoever was holding it was not one of the 4 indicted suspects. 11 months after the murder, in September 2019, Michael Alexander, the Cleveland Heights shop owner who tinted the windows on the Ford Edge for Ron Newberry, would actually be detained on a different crime and now strike a cooperation deal with the police. He was there when he heard the suspects, along with Anthony Hines, discuss the murder, and while being interviewed, he would show officers the exact route that led the criminals from Bedford towards Paul's house.
Maybe a month, no less than 3 weeks before the murder happened and everything, me and him was talking about it, and he was like, yeah, the dude Paul, because I knew Paul, you know what I mean?
You knew Paul personally?
Yeah, I knew him, you know what I mean, just from hustling and growing up, and I got a couple of dudes down there in King Kennedy I know, so
okay.
He's like, yeah, me and Paul, we got into it before you came home, he like at the Visions bar or whatever. So I'm like, what happened? He really wouldn't tell me exactly what it was about. He wouldn't tell me it was about a girl or
Serena part of that. Yeah.
He wouldn't tell me. He just like, man, he stepped on my shoe in there and we had some words. So I'm like, okay, what happened? Like when I left, they ended up shooting my car up.
Every suspect, every witness, every theory had pointed to the same thing. A robbery for money that turned out to not exist. Alexander was about to tell them the money was never the reason. The reason was a person, and her name had already been sitting in their files for months. The beef between Paul and Hines started roughly a year before the murder at the Visions Blue Bar on Euclid Avenue. When Hines left, Paul and the men with him allegedly shot up his car, or at least that's what he claimed publicly. However, Alexander himself never bought the cover story. According to him, the beef was about Serena Haynes, or Riri, who turns out to be the mother of Hines' daughter and also had sexual relations with Paul. Detectives had already interviewed her weeks before they knew any of this mattered.
With that being said, you know Paul, right?
Yes, that was my friend, yes.
When was the last time you seen him talk to Paul?
I seen Paul a month probably before anything happened. I want to say we went to the Browns game. I've been knowing Paul for 16 years, so Paul is not a new person to me. I've been knowing Paul since 2002. I talked to Pee Wee on the 9th, the day before. I talked to him briefly, like around 6 or 7. I can't remember vividly what time. I talked to Paul briefly for like 7-8 minutes that day. I remember vividly. I talked to him, and that was about the car. He was like, "Oh, my people's maybe come to get that car." He's like, "I'll call you back." But Paul always said he'll come back, and he never called me back. So nothing. I may have talked to Pee Wee like once after that at the grocery store. I never talked back to Pee Wee after that since like 9, 10 o'clock or something like that. And yeah, but I was home. I never left.
Serena is a suspect in this case because, according to Paul's family members, she set up Paul, and her close phone calls confirmed they had a connection. But investigators never gathered enough evidence to prove this. They will never know for certain if Serena Haynes was involved in this crime, but what they can know is what happened next.
They'll question your legacy until you bury them in their prime. Put the debate to...
Time goes past and he like, man, Paul, somebody told me, he like, I got a dude on the inside with Paul. He like, he seen Paul like 600,000. He like, I'm going to get that. So I'm like, all right. I mean, he like, if you want in, let me know. So I'm like, nah, bro, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So when we get over there, I'm like, what's going on, bro? You over here by my stepmom's house, because my stepmom live over there. What you got going on?
She lives in Bedford?
Yeah, she lives off Eldred. So, you know what I mean? So, and he goes like around her area where she lives. He's coming like through the back street. He like, man, Paul live over here. He like, I put a GPS on his car or whatever. He live over here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, all right, what the f you about to do? He like, no, we ain't about to do nothing right now. And I'm looking at him crazy, like, he's like, I'm just going to lay eyes on it. He like, because my dude texted me this morning, was like, man, I'm with Paul right now. He got that money in there.
Later on, detectives would search the Buick for the GPS device, but unfortunately, they would come up with nothing.
He like, shit, I'm laying low right now. I'm about to be out the way. He said, I got little Ronnie and them. They laying on Paul. They in his backyard right
Ronnie,
now.
you know his...
Ronald Newberry.
Okay.
So he like, I got little Ronnie and them laying on him right now. So I'm like, what they about to do? He like, they going to get that. So I'm just like, all right. So he like, yeah, they in his backyard. They've been over there for 2 days. That's what he say. So, and this might have been like the day before.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he said like they've been in there like 2 days. So it was between 24 to 48 hours before it happened.
All right.
So when it happened, first thing I see it on the news the next day. So I'm like, just told me he had Ronnie and them in the backyard. So I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? So I try to call him coming out. He don't answer my call. He ended up FaceTime me later on. I'm like, bro, what's going on? I'm like, you seen that shit on the news? He like, yeah, man, that's crazy. So I'm like, all right, he ain't gonna talk on the phone. So I'm just like, bro, tell me no. Like, tell me you ain't got nothing to do with that. He like, man, hell no. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right. So he's like, I'm gonna pull up on you, holler at you. So he ended up coming to see me and shit. I'm like, bro, you ain't had nothing to do with that, did you? He like, man, listen, it wasn't supposed to go like that. He like, I don't know. They went in there and did what they did on their own. I told them just go rob them. He like, that don't got nothing to do with me. They made their own decisions once they got in there. He was like, as far as that little girl, I don't know nothing about that. He like, Ronnie told me they was dropping her off. He like, I don't know what's going on. So in my mind, I'm like, this really is not my friend, but I gotta keep this bastard close a little bit just so I can figure him out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then he got telling me all the stuff Ronald was doing. I knew what he was doing. He was threatening me. Like, get out of line, I'll kill you.
Ronald.
You know what I mean? That's basically what Petey, he was using Ronald against me.
Yeah.
Because he brought him to my store a couple of times, but he's telling me all Ronald's been doing. Like, yeah, I've been having killing this dude, he shot this dude, he did this, I sent him to go do this.
The threats faced from Anthony Hines and Ron Newberry probably explain why almost everybody was so reluctant to speak during their interviews. The case was built, and at least 4 of the suspects were caught. But when justice finally comes, the fate of each one will be very different. The trials came 3 years later. In March 2022, Ronald Newberry was sentenced to life in prison, eligible for parole after 65 years. Cody Gibson, despite being the only one to talk and help the investigation, was sentenced to life with parole after 50 years. DeMarcus Shealy pleaded guilty and was given only a 15-year sentence. But what's most shocking is that Quentin Palmer, the suspect who spoke the least, was entirely dropped from the case due to insufficient evidence. The only direct evidence against him was footage of him in the Ford Edge, but not at the time of the murder, which was not enough to build a strong case despite Cody's testimony. Palmer walked free. And as for Anthony Hines, he was never arrested or charged for the murders, as there was no concrete evidence besides the testimonials that linked him to the crime, and not even Cody Gibson could link him. Of the men who did it, 1 talked and got 50 years, 2 said almost nothing and got far less. 1 walked out entirely, and the man who ordered the hit was never charged. There is no proof from the autopsy that Paris was assaulted or that Paul Bradley was tortured, and those remain unsubstantiated claims. In the end, Paul Bradley and 14
Bring your agent into Monday.com. Your Claude, ChatGPT, and Copilot agent
By now, we all know OTF Jam is 100% testifying against Lil Durk in this federal murder for hire case. And this is major because OTF Jam was allegedly one of Durk's hitmen, catching multiple bodies. Durk gave him $50,000 when he got out of jail. Dude was bad. They allegedly had to pull him into a room and tell him, stop committing so many murders because you're going to put the feds on us. Well, academics just dove into a whole nother conspiracy theory as to the actual reason why OTF Jam is testifying against Durk. A few months ago, I realized I was probably overpaying for car insurance, and it was like every year the price just seemed to go up and up without me even questioning it. And insurance companies looking at Lil Durk giving OTF Jam $50,000. This is just a clip from one of Axe Lives.
What's the name for it? Steady crying, huh? He steady crying.
You actually see Durk give him the money.
Feed him.
Get him up, bro.
Get him up so big mom get the tripping, bro.
See that?
Feed
For my
him.
baby, steady.
Now, you gotta listen very carefully here, chat. Listen very, very carefully. What did Durk just say?
Get him up, bro.
Get him up so big mom get the tripping, bro.
See that?
Feed
For my
him.
baby.
Basically, he says, yo, you better hold this before your baby.
Before your baby mama get to tripping. Now, you actually see Durk handing him, stacks of 20s equaling out to $50,000. But he mentions his baby mama. You better hold on to that before your baby mama get to tripping. And the baby mama route takes a very dark turn. Now, in another clip, Ack reveals in leaked Durk phone call, Durk was bragging about not paying OTF Jam for multiple murders.
In 2022, Durk and this guy's phone call comes out. Boona is telling Durk that OTF Jam is a little bit tight. He's tight because he's allegedly doing these murders, and after that 50K, looked like the 50K was a subscription package. After you get the 50, all right, nigga, kill like 10 people. Now, basically, Jam has started to complain, like he wants some bread. And this is where Boona tells Durk over the phone, and Durk reacts. Listen.
I called John, I talked to John like yesterday. I said, well, he said, man, this bitch, that nigga out, they was scared anyway. I said, they ain't eat nothing. He said, hell no, I ain't feel right. He looking at me like I ain't feel right anyway. I said, yeah. He's like, no, I ain't fuck with them, but
I just did something that's gonna piss them off. Yeah.
You literally hear Boona say, I talked to Jam. Jam said niggas was scared. Maybe he's talking about a drill or a hit he went on. And he says, yo, did you get paid for it? He said, man, them niggas ain't give me nothing. He's feeling away, and Durk is reacting to it. It appears that Durk probably knew he was starting to feel away, but Durk didn't give a fuck. Durk says, I just did some shit to piss him off. So either he's kind of like bragging about not paying Jam, or there is a theory that Durk quickly start realizing that Jam might be jammed up by the feds, and that's why he doesn't want to pay him. It's either one.
I mean, looking at it like that, if you think somebody's already been picked up, yeah, you're not going to fuck with them at all. You got to cut off all contact and communication. But on the other end of that, the audacity to not pay somebody who is a stone cold killer, right? Not only are they allegedly putting in work for you, but obviously they've done shit for themselves, maybe for other people. Jam is just smacking people off the planet, right? Just knocking the soul up out of them like it's nothing, like it's a regular fucking job. So for Durk to be like, yeah, fuck him, I ain't paying him, I just did something to piss him off, that's some crazy shit. Because how you going to get around this dude in real life and feel comfortable around him knowing what he actually does? There's a big difference between paying somebody to do something and being the person that actually gets it done. There's a very big difference between the two. You know, one, you could be like, oh, well, Durk's the boss, he's the money, he's the this and the that. Yeah, but this dude is the crash out. This is the dude that goes and actually does. I mean, you could just see the difference in the picture right here. He's posing with the bread. He's, you know, he ain't got to do too much. He's got this fat ass chain. But this dude, no matter how much money you put in his hands, he just looks like he kills people.
But basically, this is proof that Jam felt underappreciated. And the reality is, I know 50,000 is a lot of money, but it's not enough money for unlimited murders.
A killer feeling unappreciated. This is like a Chicago love story. And I mean, yeah, 50,000 sounds like a bag. To most people, 50,000 is a bag, but 50,000 gets blown through like that. And paying someone 50,000 for unlimited murders, allegedly, is crazy. That's insane. That doesn't, you know, the price of life is cheap in Chicago for sure. But $50,000 isn't what you think it is. If one of you hit a scratch off for 50K, the majority of you would blow that within the next 3 months. And the financial advisors can jump in the comments and act like, oh, I'd invest in this and I'd invest in this. Realistically, it just doesn't happen like that. Statistically, most people that win the lottery end up losing it all.
From the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power, the Ego 22-inch aluminum deck mower with Select Cut is the...
But this is where things take a very big turn. Academics alleges Lil Durk paid OTF members to knock off OTF Jam's baby mama to scare him from cooperating with the feds.
He starts working, and at that point, Jam, after getting no support from Durk, no payments from Durk, supposedly starts working with the government. They lock him up, and then he disappears into the system, which is when he officially starts cooperating. Jam didn't fully already start to testify, but he was moving weird. Durk is hearing about how he was complaining. It's sounding a little spooky. What happens after is OTF Jam baby mama gets killed, allegedly to scare him to not cooperate. They clap his baby moms. This should sound like a movie, Jack.
That literally sounds like this would be some crazy shit. Because again, you know, we just covered 6ix9ine going at Lil Durk, and everyone looked at 6ix9ine like you had no reason to snitch, da-da-da-da-da. And 6ix9ine is saying, why would I be loyal to people that kidnapped me, robbed me, you know, hooked up with my baby mama, all this crazy shit, right? Shit that your friends wouldn't do. A lot of people agreed with that. Like, yeah, that ain't, you know what I'm saying? Them clearly ain't your homies. And the other people were like, man, that's regular shit. Your baby mama fucked off, whatever. Motherfuckers felt like you was moving weird, so they try to get at you. You supposed to get back at them, whatever, right? But that's why everyone got on him. And that was what he said was his reason for cooperating. I'm not going to be loyal and sit down for 20-something years for people who clearly weren't loyal to me. Well, look at this situation. If this is true, Lil Durk allegedly felt like Jam was cooperating and got his baby mama killed. 6ix9ine's baby mama allegedly got hit. They actually did a hit on Jam's baby mama, allegedly.
I will say this: there's not much linking Durk to the murder of his baby moms. His baby moms, I believe, was a male woman, and she got killed. And they did arrest somebody for the murder, but it was a 15-year-old, and there was no clear ties to Durk. You know, this quote-unquote streets and the narrative was saying that was a way to try to warn or scare Jam about snitching.
Homie, you couldn't have just talked to him? You couldn't have just, like, said something? You just had to go and flat out kill his baby mama? That's a crazy accusation right there. That right there, if that would have proved to be true, I mean, how many of y'all would sympathize with Jam? If someone went and killed your baby mama because they thought you were going to snitch, not you, which doesn't even make any fucking sense. Why not just hit Jam if that's the case? But not that. They're going to keep the killer, but they're just going to make the killer even madder because they're going to knock his baby mama off and then be like, yeah, you better not. You better not. And it's like, what? Now, a 15-year-old boy was sentenced to 5 years in juvenile detention after pleading guilty to the July 19th, 2024 shooting of a U.S. Postal Service letter carrier, Octavia Redmond, who was 48 years old, in Chicago's West Pullman neighborhood. Just before 11:40 in the morning, Redmond was delivering mail on the 12,000 block of South Harvard Ave when a man exited a stolen white Dodge Durango and approached her. He shot her multiple times at close range before fleeing. She was taken to Christ Hospital and later died from her injuries. Authorities used private surveillance video and an anonymous tip to track the suspect's movements before and after the shooting. The stolen vehicle was later found abandoned and torched in the West Chatham neighborhood. Prosecutors also linked the gun to a separate battery case. The teen was arrested in Cedar Rapids, Iowa on September 30th, 2024, extradited to Chicago and charged with first-degree murder. On July 1st, 2026, Cook County Judge Sanju Uman Green sentenced the juvenile to 5 years in the Illinois Department of Juvenile Justice after he pleaded guilty to first-degree murder. The case was prosecuted in juvenile court, and the judge applied juvenile court sentencing guidelines. He was sentenced on June 3rd, 2026, so this year. Redmond, who had worked for USPS for 15 years, was described by neighbors as a mother to the neighborhood. The National Association of Letter Carriers and other postal workers rallied, calling for stronger protection for carriers and renewing calls for improved safety on city. I mean, I don't think none of that's going to matter when your baby daddy is OTF Jam and he's out there spanking shit. But the fact that a 15-year-old got booked on there, I didn't even know that they could run a first-degree murder case in juvenile court. I would assume that that charge is big enough, first-degree murder. There isn't a charge bigger than that. I would assume you would get straight to adult court. You'd be adjudicated as an adult. You would go to the adult county jail and be held in a different wing until you turn 18. He only got 5 years for killing her. That's insane. He's going to be out, he's probably going to get time served because he's been locked up already for 3 years. This kid's going to be out and he's going to be under 20 years old with a body under his belt.
Minor who pleaded guilty to killing a postal worker will spend 5 years in juvenile detention. Octavia Redmond was killed in July of 2024 while she was delivering mail. The juvenile got out of a stolen vehicle and shot her multiple times at close range. That person pleaded guilty to murdering her last month.
Developing this morning, Chicago police have released surveillance video of a person of interest in the deadly shooting of a postal worker.
The shooting happened last month in the West Pullman neighborhood. Mugo Adigwe is live in the newsroom this morning with a look at that new video. So Mugo, what does it show?
Well, first off, we know the U.S. Postal Inspection Service is already offering a $250,000 reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction in this.
Well, no wonder they got the tip then. They offered up $250,000. And that's the thing is, like, you got to understand, what are the chances that 15-year-olds in Chicago are getting sent on hits knowing that the punishment isn't going to be extreme? And then the same person that sent you on the hit drops the tip to get you booked so they can collect the $250 after paying you like $5K to go do the murder. What if that actually happened? Right? You give a 15-year-old $10K, he goes and kills somebody. He ain't going to get that much time. He got 5 years in this case. But then you drop the tip and you walked with $250,000. And the person you wanted to get killed got killed.
This case. And now Chicago police are hoping the new video gets them closer to the killer. So here's that video on your screen. Part of it shows a man getting to a white Dodge Durango near 70th and Campbell. This is right before the shooting. Then at some point, the same video shows a man getting out of that Durango near 121st and Harvard. He runs across the street and out of view. Then he runs back to the car before it drives off. Police say on that day, Friday, July 19th, around 11:40 in the morning, 48-year-old postal worker Octavia Redmond was in front of a home near 121st and Harvard when a man walked up to her and shot her. She died at the hospital. The Dodge Durango used in the shooting was later found abandoned and torched in the middle of a field on South Holland Avenue. Now, anyone with information on this shooting is asked to call Area 2 detectives.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty extreme. And I can't imagine being OTF Jam and seeing that play out. Especially if he's thinking it came from his own people. Like, damn, they really sent somebody at my people, at my family. How am I going to play this out? Obviously, Jam doesn't have the power to go at Dirk because Dirk is surrounded by people at all times. Dirk's a multi-millionaire. Dirk doesn't even live in Chicago. So Jam doesn't necessarily have the capability to get at him. Well, what's something he could do? Cooperate. If he cooperates with the feds, he saves himself from any crazy amount of prison time. But he's also essentially putting away the person who allegedly got his baby moms killed.
Did you hear he thinks women are inferior to men in the household?
He said abortion was worse than the Holocaust.
What the actual He doesn't even believe in the right to choose. I couldn't vote for someone like that.
Keeping track of stock levels and sales used to be my biggest nightmare with my e-commerce store. Now, Zero makes it.
Now, as far as the history of OTF Jam, his real name is Casey Hester, and this is mugshots.com. They upload regular mugshots, but they also seem to have a lot of prison mugshots. This is the same website that posted the picture of me with the infamous slash that everybody said was a fake picture. And I mean, it actually tells you when this photo got uploaded. Let me see. This official record was collected from a law enforcement agency on November of 2013. So this picture got uploaded in, date added, 11/16/2013. Everybody said I faked this and I photoshopped it, but I was actually in prison when this hit the internet. I was at Lancaster's work camp. But yeah, so I mean, unless this is a fake picture, we have OTF Jam right here. And this was when he was at the Northern Reception Center. His parent institution was Stateville Correctional Center. And he was in there for aggravated battery, discharge of a firearm, and sentenced to 14 years. So again, I believe they said he was released in 2022. But other than that, I wasn't really able to find much details on the shooting that put him away. Now, interestingly enough, we spoke on the reason 6ix9ine gave for cooperating. We compared it to the alleged reason why Jam is cooperating. And academics the other day would ask 6ix9ine what he would have done if he was in Lil Durk's position.
If in Durk's position, what would I do, right?
Yeah.
If I was in Durk's position, when we first got indicted for the murder for hire, I would have quickly lawyered up OTF Bonnie, OTF Jam, because now we part of one firm. You know how it goes. That one firm controls.
I said that and a lot of people didn't get it.
When you got a dream team, one is on me, one is on my mans, the other one is on my mans, and then their paralegals is on them. Ain't no way you gonna tell because everything's gonna get back to me.
I agree with that one.
You said if in Durk's position, what would I do, right?
Huh? Now that sounds like the best route, lawyering everybody up. But at the same time, if you feel like Jam is already cooperating, there's not much you can do. You know what I mean? It sounds good, but if he's already cooperating, and especially if you're the one that got his baby mama hit, you're not going to pay for his lawyer. Realistically. But this murder has not been introduced to this federal case, so keep that in mind. This is just an example of an alleged reason why Jam could be motivated enough to do this. Aside from saving his own ass, there could be some animosity over the fact that his baby mom's was killed. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
You did.
Is this your car insurance premium? This, even this?
They don't want us to know that there's an easy way to lower your car insurance cost. What you do is you go to simplify.com and it takes 2 minutes.
She's legitimately driving circles around this guy. He tries to leave, she follows.
This officer was on his way to Walmart when he was suddenly flagged down by a woman. What happened next was something he was not ready for.
What's up?
She's been calling me.
1325 copy. Hey, step back! Step back!
We are the head and not the tail.
Step back!
We are the head and not the tail. We are the head and not the tail.
Step back!
We are the head and not the tail.
Step back!
We are the head
Step back!
and not the tail. taser point. We on the head. Step back. And not the taser. Step back. Look, no. Because and not the tail. Stop it. And we ain't gonna get her. Stop it. Stop it. I'm going to tase you. Stop it. He loves me. You worry about money. I don't do people like you do. Step back. I am the head Step and back. not the tail. Step back. I am the head Step back. and not the tail. I am the head. I am the head. Step back. You got to put your up in the air for everybody to see. Yes, stop. Put your hands behind your back. You are. Put your hands. I am the head, not the tail. Because he loves me, the Lord. Because he loves me. We're okay. He loves me, saith the Lord. Put your hands behind your back. Because he loves me. Crash. 15 radio. They are the tail. They are not the head. They like to put their hands in the air. This is what they do. This is what they like to do. Right. She really did. She likes to sit around and not do nothing. They're unlawful and they know it. They need the melanin to keep people asleep. You couldn't even arrest me without a black person touching you because you know you the tail. You like to put your in the air and let people lick on when the
Was she hit by the taser?
No, she was not. I said I had one at taser point. Nobody was hit by the taser. Yeah, taser because it don't work. No, taser point. That's what I asked you for.
Just do me a favor, okay?
No, I'm not going to be
All
quiet.
right.
I'm not going to be
I'm not
quiet.
asking you to be quiet.
No.
Just give us some time to work on things, okay?
Work on what?
The accident scene.
I am the head
you, and we're trying
and
to
not
figure
the
out
tail.
what's going on, okay?
I am the head.
Can I just have your
and
name?
not the tail.
Can I just have your name?
I don't have no name. My name is David.
David.
My name is David.
Your name is David.
Yep. My name is David.
All right, Sean. Thank you.
Who? You don't got no weapons on you, right? I don't have no weapons.
Was she holding this?
What was that?
Was she holding this?
I
don't know where
this came from. I just ran up to make sure. Y'all are out of line. You know it. I've been here for I ain't got to do nothing.
I've been here for
I don't have to.
We're beyond this point. Okay?
You are no, we're not. No, we're not beyond this point. We are the head and not the tail. 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 You think this is lawful? Does this look lawful to y'all? Does this look lawful to y'all? Wow.
This whole ordeal began when 41-year-old Shanta was kicked out of a Walmart crusade to a random vehicle.
Okay, so right now we only have 3 cars that we're aware of. 2 here and then that one, but we don't know if there's anything else at Walmart right now.
Yeah, I think one of those cars was one of the ones involved at Walmart.
All right, can you guys swing by Walmart and just check that?
Yeah,
see if there's anything else over there?
Hey guys, so who was driving this?
I was driving. I had.
Were you in here too?
Oh.
Okay, I was just trying to figure everything out. All right, so what happened?
I went to the Walmart to get some formula because the formula was low. Okay. I was leaving out of Walmart.
I'm driving on the right, and I see her just coming in the same direction I am, and she stopped and like right in front of my car. So
Now, is this at that intersection where you're making a left to go to the light?
This was a little bit before it.
Okay. So you're still kind of in the parking lot going straight? Okay.
Yeah. And then she rammed into the front a little bit. And then she started saying something about a nookie and started trying to get it out or whatever. So I was trying to reverse and then to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm leaving, I see her following me.
Oh my Jesus. I'm waiting right here, and this lady came and just turned right in my car and turned my car around. Then she jumped out of the car and attacked me. Yeah, she ripped my necklace off. She had a Bible in her hand and just acting crazy.
Okay.
And I was calling for help.
Are you hurt? Do you need medical attention?
No, I'm on my way to my friend's funeral. I have to speak.
The altercation started at the Walmart.
Yes, I actually
She smashed. Yeah, me too.
Another lady said she hit her car. She said you hit the back of me. Yeah. She said I didn't hit anything.
So she was coming towards you at first?
Yeah.
And then spun around?
Yeah, and started following me.
Okay.
And then that's when I got to the stop sign of construction. She hit me again on the side.
So I guess she came up behind you and kind of smashed into here.
Yeah.
Okay, now you already made the turn?
Yeah, I made
a
a turn.
She came back and did this?
It's almost like she sped up and went on the wrong side of the road just to hit me on that side. And she kept on hitting me.
And you have no idea who she is?
I don't know who she is.
No, yeah, that's what we're just trying to get everything straight. Okay.
There was a lady that I snatched her pearls off. That is my sister that's been helping you guys. So how many times you want me to come back? Or you just gonna admit that y'all with the hail and not the head? Come on now, stop playing. Oh, that's the witness? Looks kinda like one. You just gonna admit that y'all with the hail and not the head. Come on now, stop playing. Oh, that's the witness? Looks kind of like my son, but it ain't my son.
Have you guys thought about making her go to skip?
We're going to. We're going to charge her for getting her skip.
Because she don't seem. She seems like she's going through
You
something.
can't even touch me.
Okay, now big question. If you remember, do you know what she was driving?
It was. I want to say it was some type of Nissan Sentra or something like that, and it looked beat up. Like
So-
it had some wear and tear on it.
All right.
I don't know if it's still in a Walmart parking lot.
Lisa, gray or silver? You
Gray,
said.
gray, maybe silver.
Did we figure out her vehicle? He said he's giving me a brief description of what she was driving when she did this.
It's not the one of the
And
ones
she
with
was
the-
driving.
It's not that one up there?
Probably is. That's what we're guessing.
Okay, I'm gonna
That's what I was confirming.
Yeah, that's it.
And it would have been front end damage.
Yeah.
So this is the one that she was driving.
Traveling with your gun is a roll of the dice, because the truth is, one small mistake, whether you know it or not.
While officers gathered more evidence, Sean could explain her behavior.
Thank you. Oh, you got some food in there. Some eggs?
They did.
What is that?
She got a kid.
A little bit of bread, maybe? What is that? Some eggs?
My sister's been trying to make me look bad for a very long time. Sad. I love her.
So I'm gonna take a guess. This is from Walmart. Yep, I know. I'm trying to. Where were you guys exactly? In the parking lot? Or?
So you know about a light Walmart when you come out, it's a light.
Yeah, like always drive.
Yes, and I'm trying to make the left turn. I was going to PNC Bank, and she came behind me. I see other people. I'm letting them like get out the way. She came behind my car. Boom! So I ran her down. I was like, that's not gonna happen today. I ran behind her and I took a picture of her vehicle. I said, I'm getting your plates and stuff. She banged her car up too. And then I came on to the police precinct. I was like, yo, she crazy. This a rental car. I went to the rental man. He needed a report on this.
Is there registration in the car?
Yes. Crazy ass female. She had a Bible on her hand.
Yeah, that's what everyone keeps telling me. She had a Bible. Yeah.
Don't bring God into this. I love her so much. Lord, I did. I really did. And she was always the dirty one, and I was the clean one. She was always smaller, and I was always the taller one.
I loved her. I know it was unlawful. I shouldn't have done these things, yada, yada. She said she lives alone, but just the way she's talking, just wanted to make sure.
She's switching up her name. She chooses money. She'll choose money over anything. Money is not the end-all, be-all. No, me, it's okay. I don't understand. Like, it's okay. So what? You have this and you have that. What does that mean? Does that not mean we're not equal?
Oh, so this started over here. What in the world? So this is the one guy. World? Oh, so this started over here. What in the world? Oh, so this is the one guy. She's legitimately driving circles around this guy. He tries to leave, she follows. Oh. But it started before this. Yeah, can you just try to find that, I guess? Oh, oh, so she came in the parking lot right at him directly.
Or that might be the name of the alarm company.
Okay.
Let me go out. Do you want that?
Yeah, can you see? Because I want to see. Because so she purposely just hit my man. Spins out. Down here.
He's gonna do a U-turn.
And what you think? So she purposely just hit. So she purposely just hit my man. Spins out. Down here.
He's gonna do a U-turn.
And what you think?
Yeah.
U-turn. There he goes. She's gonna move. And boom. Alright. So same car hits him twice. He leaves. She chases him. And then that's how she runs into the other car and they start down the street. Alright.
None of the 3 victims claimed to know Shanta. She was charged with assault by auto, obstructing the administration of law, resisting arrest, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. On screen.
Harbor Freight is helping serious tool users get demanding jobs done across America, like Aubrey and Brian in Hammond, Indiana, who are putting it all on the
Jamie, in your travels, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you're being chased by someone and you're shooting at them to try and stop them from chasing you?
I don't want to talk about it.
I figured you'd say that. There is a story, however, from this show called Burn Notice. In the show, our hero is being chased in a car by another car. And he says that if you don't have an armor-piercing round, you can forget about shooting through the engine or the radiator of your pursuer. But he says that you can, in fact, skip bullets off the ground in through the floor of the car that's chasing you.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
And that is exactly why I think it's something we should test.
To delay a pursuer, but leave them unharmed, the tactic is literally underfire.
Ricocheting bullets off the ground up through the undercarriage.
But can you really bounce a bullet up into the underside of a car? Or is this myth on the rebound?
So what kind of gun were they using in that clip? Do we know?
It looks to be a 9mm semi-auto.
Seems to me the first thing we ought to do is see whether that kind of gun would penetrate the bottom of a car.
Excellent. Let's just get out to a shooting range and shoot at the bottom of a car.
Why not?
So at the Yolo County Bomb Range, the Mythbusters prepare to take on this myth point blank.
I love the anticipation of shooting at cars.
Yeah. Cars, guns, what could go wrong?
These are our cars. Blue car, good guy, red car, bad guy. Think lightsabers. And this is the orientation they are in the clip. Slightly offset and 15 feet apart.
Now in the clip, the guy says that without a high-powered round, you're not going to get past the radiator or the firewall.
Yep, supposedly the underside of the car is a better target. So first, they'll test that.
We're gonna lift the car up and shoot at point blank range into the floor of the car, see if the bullets make it through. I know that they're supposed to have skipped off the ground, but if a direct bullet won't make it through the floor, well, a skip bullet never would.
And to find out if those point-blank rounds penetrate...
Very expensive balloons, clearly.
Adam fills the bottom of the car with balloons and then gives the underside of the car a whitewash.
Oh, yeah! That's a clean experimental space.
And the whiteout makes it clear that this bounced round is quite the trick shot.
I'm looking at a whole lot of stuff right here that I've got to get past to get into the cab. Really, the only hope that I have is a spot right about there, which may trim the guy's toenails or something, but that's my only hope.
It's a small window of opportunity. And with the car at a shallow angle to match the trajectory of a bouncing bullet, it's time for Jamie to take aim.
Shooting at the under...
Why settle for a certificate when you can get your degree? At Miller Mott College, you can earn your pharmacy technician degree on
the underside of a car when Jamie's ready. That looked like an almost perfect hit.
Jamie's sharp shooting sends a barrage of bullets right into the sweet spot. And although the rounds are hitting the mark, have they made it through the wheel well?
Oh, I see a hit here.
I've gone through the floorboard here, but not through the carpet, it looks like.
Underneath the car, it looks like most bullets were deflected.
Oh, wait. There's a pop balloon in here.
But one burst balloon reveals one bullet did make it through.
What does that look like?
That's a bullet.
Yeah, and it made it through the floor and into the cab of the car.
If it made it in through the floor, it could have made it into the guy's foot.
Nice shooting, Tex.
So I was able to get some bullets to penetrate the cab of the car with this 9mm pistol. I went in here, a couple down there, one over there. But keep in mind that this was a direct hit under optimal static conditions.
And that means it is now time to find out whether or not a ricocheting bullet keeps enough energy to still pierce the cab of our car.
Well, round one's over.
Time for ricocheting.
It's a big bounce from the small screen.
For sheer panic, it's hard to beat bullets coming up from the floorboards.
But can a bullet on the rebound really shoot through? Well, so far,
what does that look like?
this myth is not looking like a long shot.
Having successfully pierced the postage stamp sized target of the wheel well of our chase car, it's now time to find out if we can get underneath there with a ricocheted bullet. So we come out here to this runway in lovely Tracy, California. We're gonna start firing some bullets into the ground and see what kind of predictable behavior we can expect from those bullets after they bounce.
That's right, they're looking for the bullet bounce butter zone to find the optimum angle and bullet speed for big scale. So using the cars to map out the trajectory of the clip, Adam sets up a remote rig for the firepower and gets an angle on the angle of the gun.
Pretty good. So at what angle do we begin shooting into the ground? The first shot is going to be at what I'm going to call the intuition angle. If I was this guy, this is the angle at which I feel like I would have to hit the ground in order to bounce it correctly into the wheel well of my assailant. Turns out it's about 16.5 degrees. Am I right? I have no idea, but it's as good a place as any to begin.
It's the natural place to start their rebound analysis. So Adam sets up a backboard to track the angle of the ricochet.
All right, for our first intuition shot, I'm going to load this copper jacketed cartridge into the gun, and we're going to fire it. Okay, so I'll have to move that way. Excellent. For those of you playing at home, you can stay where you are. The gun is hot in 3, 2, 1. Well, that was a perfect shot.
A perfect shot and a perfect bounce.
The bullet hit perfectly in the center of our white box. That's great.
And based on the bullet hole in the backboard, Adam can get the angle.
All right, the bullet was aimed at the ground at a 16.2 degree angle, and after it hit the ground, it left at 9.95 degree angle, just a little bit more than half of the angle.
A little bit more than half. But the question is, did the bullet lose power after its rebound from the ground?
1 + 1 = 2.
Here's the thing, the bullet is hitting the ground at 1,200 plus feet per second. It's leaving the ground at 962 feet per second. That is a lot of energy still in that piece of metal.
Yeah, that's not a lot of loss. Well, let's try a steeper angle.
Yep, it's going to take a few more tilts at bouncing bullets before the Mythbusters have the ins and outs of ricochet dynamics.
This is test number 2 at 32 degrees. Gun is hot in 3, 2, 1. Whoa, whoa. Very interesting. Another shot where I hit exactly where I wanted to. Well, that's unexpected. The ricochet angle is pretty much exactly the angle that it hit the ground at, like a mirror. It hit at 32 degrees and it bounced at 32 degrees. I would not have called that. That is weird.
Weird, and it's plain that the sharper angle has had another important impact on the bullet.
Entry speed's the same as its predecessor. Exit speed is 475 feet per second. It's lost almost 2/3 of its energy hitting the ground at that angle.
That puts it down, I think, around 300 miles an hour, which you wouldn't want to get hit by, but I don't know whether that's going to penetrate steel or not.
Yeah, it's a lot of lost energy.
At this point, one thing is perfectly clear. The steeper the bullet hits the ground at, the more energy it's going to lose in that transaction. Now, we need to find a butter zone where the angle is not so steep that it loses all of its energy, but it's steep enough to get where it needs to go underneath the car.
And to round out the angle of their automatic dangle,
gun is hot.
They're trying a much shallower 8 degrees.
3, 2, 1. Oh, I hit a little bit forward of where I expected. The bullet hit the asphalt at 8 degrees and ricocheted off of it at 5.1 degrees. Some data right there.
This time the angle was less acute, but interestingly, the bullet hit the board traveling at 1,130 feet per second, the fastest speed yet. So what does that mean for bouncing bullets?
1.
Want to break into cybersecurity but don't have experience? The Google Cybersecurity Certificate uses real...
Behind me, I've got 2 cars, a gun position, and 3 shots in the ground, and a bunch of bullet angles to work out. Now, I could have the editors do it graphically for me. Hold on. But that only helps you understand what's going on. I want to understand what's going on here and now. So I'm actually going to draw all those angles in a brightly colored string.
Like something out of CSI, our pink plotting spider is tracking all the angles of the bullets to work out where they should hit the car. And it's clear from the outset that one angle is not going to work.
I think right off the bat, looking at this extreme angle and the amount of power we lose, we should chuck the 32-degree angle.
I agree.
All right.
Keep going.
But the 16-degree angle hits the target.
Oh, Jamie, that looks really good.
I gotta say, coming into this, I didn't think we'd be able to get a steep enough angle to get up and into the car, but looks like I was wrong.
Their angle of aim is determined, but there's still one more test for the bouncing bullet.
This right here, it's actually cut from the wheel well of the car that's chasing us. We're going to ricochet a bullet into it to see if 75% of its original energy is enough to pierce this steel plate. Oh, and all the padding that's behind it. Ricochet shot into firewall. I'm excited about this one.
3, 2, 1, fire.
Perfect hit!
Firing at 16 degrees, the bullet bounced and hit the board at 10 degrees. But did it have the power to penetrate?
Oh!
And it went through.
Oh, yeah. Dude, look at that. Even the ricochet shot went through all the padding and heat shielding and the firewall.
That would have hurt.
That is awesome. I totally didn't call that. Our bullet may have lost 25% of its energy, but that was still plenty to pierce the steel footwell and make it all the way through this piece of 3/4 inch heavyweight chipboard. And there it is. Now, if you remember in the original clip, he claims the bouncing bullets off the footwell are an excellent distraction. I would have to agree.
Yep, the 16-degree bullet not only bounced in the right trajectory, but it also retained enough power to penetrate. So it's time for this myth to hit the road. Usually, in a car chase shoot-'em-up, the shooters aim at each other. But this myth is all about taking them out with a sneaky undershot.
Fire.
So far, the Mythbusters have gotten the mythical bullet bounce.
Oh!
And it went through.
But will that change when they start ricocheting in motion? Well, to find that out, Adam and Jamie have to track the trajectory of the bouncing bullet at 40 miles an hour.
Only 6 feet away from the truck?
Well, no, I'm just extrapolating.
So they've puzzled out an ingenious solution.
This is the rig that we have designed to find this out. It's effectively a trailer, except that it's an open frame. Mounted to one rail, our high-speed camera. Mounted to the other, a measurement gauge. To make sure that the bullet hits the ground precisely where we want it to and at the angle we need, we're going to have our gun hard mounted to a mast in the bed of the pickup truck. All we need to do is get this rig up to 40 miles an hour, fire this gun, catch it on high speed, and we will learn whether or not that 40 miles an hour makes a difference to the exit trajectory.
It's got to do a complicated job, but it's a simple build. And in no time at all, they're back out at the range with a lime rig ready for the limelight.
Awesome, look at that. It's like it was designed for it.
So to find out if the bullet will still bounce at speed, what's the plan?
This is how our traveling bullet rig is going to work.
While Jamie gets the truck up to 40 to 45 miles per hour, I'll be sitting in the back, protected by this bulletproof shield. When we get to the right spot, I will pull this string, firing the gun.
And when the bullet hits, right around here, we're going to be recording it on the high-speed camera.
Then we're going to crunch the numbers, and at that point, we will know whether the gun moving 40 miles an hour over the ground affects either the exit trajectory or speed.
Yep, this is where the lead hits the road at the best-case scenario angle of 16 degrees.
Rolling gun test. 3, 2, 1, go.
But will the road ricochet change its trajectory and speed? Jamie guns the truck to the speed from the clip and gives Adam his cue.
You're at 45.
Here we go. Firing! All right, the gun is fired.
The bullet fired, but how did it bounce?
I think that worked perfectly.
Let's see where it hit.
There it is, pretty much exactly where we expected it to hit. Let's review the high speed and see what the data says.
Yeah. And it turns out that everything worked like clockwork.
Excellent. We caught it. That's beautiful.
Even with the rig traveling at 45 miles per hour, amazingly, they captured the split-second skip. And crucially for the myth, the bullet rebounded at 950 feet per second and at a 10-degree angle, exactly matching the static results.
This one is cool, dude. I mean, having tested all the constituent parts, I wouldn't have called this, but I'm starting to think that this thing might actually be plausible.
Well, let's put everything together and go full scale.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome back to the show. For those of you playing at home, we've been testing the myth that if someone is chasing you in a car and you don't want to kill them by firing bullets through their windshield, you can instead skip bullets off of the ground that will supposedly pierce the underside of the car, distract the driver, make him stop chasing you. So far, we've discovered that bullets bounce off the ground at reasonable angles for this to be possible. That they, in fact, actually can, even after bouncing, pierce the underside of the car. Now we're about to put all of the knowledge we've gathered together into one large, full-scale, full-speed experiment, and we're going to be shooting at this very car. Are you ready?
Definitely. But first, the Mythbusters have to rejig their rig. As this time, it's towing a car, not a trailer. And they need to leave room for the bullet to hit its target.
This arrow right here describes our target sweet spot. This is the bulkhead, this is the wheel well. This little area right here is how much of it is visible to our bullet. That's where we gotta hit. That's our postage stamp.
It's a tiny bullseye for the bullets, so they'll need to highlight any hits.
It's kind of cluttered down there under the car with all the mechanical stuff going on, and that'll make it difficult for us to see a bullet hit. So with that in mind, we're putting some clean white foam core under there in the area that we're interested in. And if we see a hole in the foam core, we know we've hit our target.
Fitting the target down the back of the wheel well reveals some unexpected treasure.
They don't pay much on Mythbusters, so we take it where we can get it.
$13.70 we found in this car, I swear.
Pizza tonight.
Yeah! But before the pizza, they've got to test the bullet bounce. So the tow car is hooked up.
Almost time to put the gun in. Gun in!
With the gun loaded, Adam's feeling optimistic.
Gun is hot. Every step of this story, I've been wrong about my intuition. At the beginning, I thought from a physics standpoint, it was quite a stretch. I didn't think bullets would skip off the ground at any significant angle or significant speed, but it turns out both are plausible. Now that we've got all this set up, I have to admit to feelings of true optimism. I feel like we're going to get a successful hit on this one. We are literally...
Make your browser fast. Make your browser safe. Make your browser
on the highway to the danger zone.
Okay, taking off in 3, 2, 1.
As they ride into the danger zone, Jamie guns the car to car chase speed.
45.
And then it's over to Adam for a barrage of bouncing bullets.
All right, firing! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, stop!
Woohoo! That seemed to work beautifully, dude.
5 bullets bounced, but did any make that mythical target?
Interior inspection. The interior is clean.
No penetration.